Welcome back to the Midnight Who Show, and tonight I'm going to be reviewing Doctor Who, The Daleks in color. Now, I have previously reviewed this story in a classic review last December, so I'll put that link in the description below. Now, when the BBC first announced this, I wasn't really sold on this idea. I'm not a huge fan of when companies colorize a black and white film or television show. I just think that takes away from the charm of it. You know, that's how it was originally broadcast, so it should stay that way. I will say, after watching this colorization, I will say that the BBC did a pretty good job with it. I think it does bring this story to life in a whole new way, and that was really cool. You know, I've seen the Daleks a lot of times. I've mentioned in the review, I did find the story a little bit boring. But this new colorization is a lot different. It definitely gives a whole new viewing experience for the Daleks. And they achieved this by cutting down the story. It is now only 75 minutes. And that is an achievement in itself. It took a 7-part classic story and just really condensed it down. And it now feels very much like a new series episode. But this episode was not meant to be like a new series episode, and it definitely shows. It is now super fast-paced. It just moves right along. And sometimes I think it works, and sometimes it doesn't. I think there's parts of this where it kind of misses a key moment or something, you know what I mean? But, wow, it was just so fast now. It's definitely no longer boring, but I did actually enjoy rewatching this story in this new way. Now, editing the story down, I don't think is too much of a negative. You know, they couldn't colorize all 7 parts, so they definitely had to pick and choose what scenes that they used to colorize and make this new version of the Daleks. So I'm not going to really say that's a negative, it's more of a nitpick of how it was edited. Now, the biggest negative that I have with this story is the music. It was just too bombastic and loud and did distract a lot of times when I was watching the story. Now, of course, I did watch this at Gallifrey 1, you know, with their speakers, so I don't really know if it's different watching it on television. But for me watching it there, I was like, okay, I can't really hear what's going on. So it does kind of create a little downer on this colorization. Overall, I will say that I am impressed with this new colorization of the Daleks. I definitely think it will get people who have never watched a black and white episode of Doctor Who to give it a shot, and they might actually enjoy a classic Hartnell story, which I think is a huge accomplishment. And if that's what they're going for, I think they achieved it. It brings the story to life in a whole new way, and it was actually really cool to watch it. I am not sold on the music choices that they did in this, and I think if they do another colorization in the future, I think they should go for maybe a 4-parter, because I think you can edit those down just a little bit better, because 7 parts all the way down to 75 minutes, it just doesn't work all the time. Like, you know, like the War Games, for example. I don't think you can cut that one down to 75 minutes. Maybe they'll prove me wrong. So what do you guys think of the Daleks in color? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye, everyone.